I'm live. Awesome. I'm going to turn on the overhead light real quick. I seem to always forget that. I prefer to work in the dark. Oh, I need a better quality camera. Let's see. Housekeeping. Hello, I'm Katie, and this is the Super Conscious Explorers channel. And this is the collective reading and free mini moon readings for this full super moon in Capricorn that happens tomorrow at, let's see, it says 2:38 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 11:38 Pacific time. So, hey, Christine, so glad to see you. Man, your readings have been on fire. When we talk, I'm going to elaborate, but good golly molly. Okay, I'm going to share this real quick. Make sure this is down. Share, copy link. Go here. Okay. Post. If you didn't know, I have a Facebook. So, shared it there. We are good. Okay. I already need water. And I left my cute glass upstairs. So, welcome. Okay, so we're here, set. We are talking about this Capricorn full moon. This is the biggest moon. This is the biggest super moon that we have all year. So that just means that the power, the energy is a little more potent. So, ooh, chicken teriyaki stir fry. Nice. I just had corned beef and cabbage. I was craving it. So I had that in the crock pot all day. How am I doing? I am feeling better today than I have in a couple weeks. It's been rough. If any of you haven't gotten the Cancer readings out yet. So my guides have been stressing grounding. My upper chakras are always going. I'm always picking up information here and there, but it does no good if your lower chakras that connect you to the earth aren't working properly. It's like the magic gets here and then it's just kind of stuck. It doesn't get to come to fruition the way that it should. Just the energy that we have been experiencing has been so high. So high. Insert Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson meme. That high. This Cancer season, a lot of emotions, a lot of things are coming up, but I've gained so much clarity in that. It's like I've had physical symptoms. So I've been taking salt baths every day, every other day, trying to clear, cleanse. And honestly, it's like when I stopped thinking about it and was just like, it is what it is. That's when the clarity came. So that was a really cool learning experience for myself. It's like I'm feeling better. I stopped trying to get out of what I was feeling. Because I think that's what a lot of us do. It's like we get this emotion, we get this feeling, and we don't like it. So we just automatically try to take our attention elsewhere or just try to bypass it. But it's like sitting in it and feeling it first and understanding, where it's coming from is how you get to the root of the issue, which brings me to these big energies require big roots. This Capricorn full moon, Capricorn is about our reputation, it's authority. So it's like our personal sovereign authority. Where we're going in life, what we're leaving behind is like a legacy. It's like And we have this super full moon in Cancer season, which is the roots. That is the family and where you came from. So that's why I'm saying it's like these big energies require really deep roots. And the taller the tree, the deeper the roots. So it just depends on what you're trying to bring about. You know, it's like if you're trying to do big work, you gotta do the digging and the shadow work. That you've got to like confront the hard stuff. And I've come to quite a few truths these past couple weeks. So I do feel lighter though, which is really nice. Yeah, I've had to up my meditation game to in the morning at lunchtime. I meditate my full hour, like 40 minutes to an hour. And total Cancer, my Cancer moon, I have to be in bed, like under the covers. So we're working with this energy of the roots and where we want to go, what we want to bring into the world, how we want people to see us too. It's kind of like our appearance, what we show the world. So yeah, it's like the grounding practices have had to step it up. And funny story, another part of my grounding is when I go out and play with my dog 3 or 4 times a day, I take my shoes off and I stand barefoot in the grass. I actually really like when the grass, like the sprinklers were on and it's still a little bit wet. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a water sign. Transfers that energy a little more. I don't know. But I like it. So I was sitting there playing. And it's like I have this thing where I don't really like to be barefoot because I step on anything that's around that could be stepped on. That shouldn't be stepped on. I'll find it and step on it. So I always look where I plant my feet. Sitting there and throwing the ball. And I feel this tickle under my left foot. It was a freaking earthworm. So it wasn't there when I put my foot there, but like my vibration of the foot or like setting it there must have crawled it. It like came up and tickled my foot and I jumped up and I looked down and it's like I only saw like this tiny bit of it. And I'm like, what is that? I thought it was like a mealworm or something. I don't know why, and it crawls out, crawls across the grass and goes back in. And I mean, what is more of a grounding animal spirit energy than an earthworm? So I mean, spirit guides slapping me across the face, like, do it, do it, do it. So, all right. Yeah, there's no sense in resisting. All right. So I think we should get into the collective. Well, let's see. Yeah, hit on grounding. Oh, and the buck moon. This is the buck moon. And I wanted to explain because this is kind of like the farmer's almanac, kind of the old school way of like labeling the moons. So the buck moon is when the bucks shed their antlers and stuff every year. So that's why they call it the buck moon. But each year, it's like they get bigger and more impressive. So it's that long game of Capricorn, because Capricorn's the pinnacle. It's like that's where you're going to. And a lot of times we don't reach that pinnacle until like later in life, depending on what our charts are. You know, that's not set in stone, definitely. But I thought that was kind of cool because that's a very Capricorn energy. It's like steady as it goes, put in that work and get big rewards. But for as hard as Capricorns work, they can play just as hard. So I love my Caps. Let's see. Another thing about Capricorn is like security. So that's a theme that's being brought up with this moon. And it's like, we got to ask ourselves, what does security mean to us? Where does that come from? You know, and be really honest. It's like, a lot of times we think having more things brings us more security and stability, when in all actuality, it kind of holds us down, weighs us down, and holds us back. So it's like these Capricorn questions are like, what do you want? What do you want? Where do you want to go in life? And why do you want it? The why is the biggest, most important question to ask yourself, because a lot of times we just want things because that's the social norm. It's like, well, because I'm supposed to want that, right? And I feel like getting to our roots of what we want in this Cancer season is really clarifying where we're going in the long run. So, yeah. The questions we are going to be asking this evening, so I'll be doing the collective and then the free personal readings based on the moon. And so that's what's going to be illuminated with this full moon. What direction you should go or an action. What do you need to release? Because full moons are about, working off of the new moon of what you set your intention for. It's like you come around to the full moon. We give thanks for what's worked, and then we take stock of what hasn't worked and we release it. So, and then we'll get a potential outcome. So I've got 4 decks that I'm going to be using. I've got the Moonology deck. I have my Astro Tarot deck, my Super deck that requires 2 hands, and the Galactic Heritage, my personal favorite. And I'll say it every time. I don't see a lot of people using this one yet, so. Okay, let's get a sip of water. I've been guzzling down the water today. I should have gotten another bottle. Okay. Oh, before I get started on the reading, this clarity that we have access to right now, if we're digging deep, doing the work and figuring out where we want to go, there's another date, and I think it's Saturday the 16th. I don't know what time, but this is where we're going to have the Mercury Cazimi. So that's when you can get like big flash booms of clarity during this time. So that's when Mercury comes right in front of the sun. So from that point on, it's like you have access to information that you previously didn't. So take time Saturday morning, the 16th, Saturday and Sunday mornings, just take time where you can be quiet and just listen, because you can get some really good stuff with that. So that's just furthering the clarity. Like every time I've been meditating since the Scorpio full moon is when I first had I was meditating, doing a visualization, and there was a diamond at the top of my head. And I feel like that is very significant it's like the beginning when that Scorpio full moon happened. It went up in like 4th of July, like the 4th through the 7th. There's something with like a Syrian Stargate activation that happens every year. I'll have to share my story on a different video. That 2018 4th of July, that was intense. So, all right. For the collective, what's being illuminated with this Capricorn full moon? All right, we got 2 on the bottom. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. I like it. I feel it. New moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. And new moon, a new start is coming. So 2 new moons. I'm like building, like creating I'm seeing buildings being built right now, or like a metropolis, but it's like each one of us are building and creating our own internal guidance systems. Just we're basically shedding all these fears. We're shedding things that really hold us back. It's making us lighter. And that's working through your fears gives you that clarity of where you're going. So it's like the only thing that's holding you back from the impossible is like your thoughts and beliefs about achieving it. Or maybe like some of us have a fear of success. I know that sounds crazy. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So what's being illuminated is the fears that we're holding within ourselves that are holding us back from our highest potential, our wildest dreams. All right. So let's see. Action or direction. You're waiting for divine communication. My guides are holding out on me. I thought so too. I felt like I was swimming in the dark. I was very much in Scorpio energy. I was just like, it's all around here, but I couldn't like pick one thing and be like, yeah, I felt like the guides were kind of just letting you get your sea legs. We are going to do it. We got this. All right. Action or direction for the collective. Woo! I love when that happens. Bottom of the deck, progressions, journey. It's kind of like brings me back to like the progression of the bucks shedding their antlers and them getting bigger and bigger every year. It's like we need to release fears. We need to release things in order to keep going on our journey. You can't just keep accumulating stuff in your backpack and expect to go at the rate you want to go, or it just weighs you down. So the reason I smiled and laughed, we got the midheaven pinnacle. So that is right up at the very top of the chart where Capricorn, the 10th house is on the cusp there. So it's your castle in the sky. It's your legacy. It's like, what does that mean? What does that mean to you? We all have a different idea of what success is, or what success is for us, what we want. So the action, the direction is like figuring out what it is we want and moving in that direction with every ounce of our being. Your midheaven's in Cancer. My midheaven is Capricorn. I have a natural chart because I'm an Aries rising, but yeah, my midheaven is Capricorn. Descendant, invitation. So the descendant is like where you came from. So it's kind of has that 4th house energy, but this is like past life skills that you've accumulated, things that you've already perfected in your soul journey. It's like invitation. It's like an invitation to look back and see where your strengths are. Dignified strength. I said that, looked down, saw strength. So it's an invitation to look back and really see where your strengths are, see where they've grown, give thanks for that. And it's like realizing where you came from, where you're going. You have everything you need. It's just a matter of clarifying what it is that you want. And then we have moon, perception. Okay. So the moon perception, it talks about our subconscious, things we kind of keep in the dark. And it's also how we view and feel about things. So it's like you're getting clear, we're getting clear as a collective on where we want to go, which direction we want to head in. So it's really clarifying that. And it's like it's having the strength to move forward, utilizing all of the skills that we've acquired throughout these progressions, working through all the fears that we've let go. I'm like, this blue moon and the pinnacle here, it's like, it's possible. Adjustments are required. But yeah, it's all a part of the journey. It's like we can't, sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You know, but that's the dance of life. My Astro deck, I love it. Yeah, I love this deck too. I know, dude, we're still, that Scorpio full moon that we had last month, it's sticking around. It's really working with that Cancer energy still. It's like Cancer deep dive, which I don't mind, but I've heard from a lot of people and like different YouTube channels that it has been really rough. Like, and I feel it. I feel it. But man, I got to tell you about my meditation I had today. I had quite the epiphany. I might just do a whole video on it. It will be a little taboo, but I think I need to. So, all right, what do we need to release as a collective? I do not have affiliate links. I don't. But I'll show you the book too. Okay, what do we need to release? We got power, volcanoes, and that is making me think of this Pluto return in the USA. Ooh. Okay. Movement, speed. All right, so what we need to release as a collective is the need for speed. I think we all need to slow down a bit. On the bottom here, we have to make equal the equator for a collective reading for the world, the equator to make equal. Power volcanoes, number 9, and movement speed, number 42. It's like what I'm feeling is like in the past, we've just, something happens, we get triggered, and we immediately pounce on each other for having different views. It's like it's like trying to exert our own power, our own will, trying to convince other people of our point of view. And thinking that everything has to be done so quickly. I know it's frustrating to sit in this energy, but unfortunately, we're going to sit in it as a collective as long as we need to until most of us get on board and decide not to be assholes to each other. So We need to release the need to have power over others and the need to have to move really quickly or to make up our minds really quickly. That's what it was. Yeah, it's like, don't be forced into forming an opinion on something that you don't feel like you have all the facts to. And you know what? That's a lot of shit right now that's going on. So it's like, just let that go. A little more equality. And let's find out the potential outcome. And then we will get into personal readings. Yeah, there are power struggles left and right. It's happening on the collective and it's happening within our own personal lives and our own ego soul construct that we have going on. It's like power trips, power struggles. Enough. Because like I was saying, it's like when I'm meditating, it's, well, as soon as you stop trying to figure it out, the answer comes. All right, let's get a potential outcome for the collective. Seeking karmic balance. How perfect with that to make equal card. All right, potential outcome. Seeking karmic balance. In seeking karmic balance, so this is 63, which makes a 9. This is the Pleiades present. I was thinking about this. This came up in a meditation. It's like, the only way to stop karma is to stop playing in it, stop creating it for yourself, stop judging each other, stop judging yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, karma stops with you. Just heard. All right. New consciousness, number 54. That's another 9. Earth present. So new consciousness. And that's exactly what we're doing. I feel like we're realizing that our resources are not as limited as we think, what we've been taught. We're learning to, learning what we want and learning how to create it. So with that comes the new consciousness. And that's about seeking karmic balance. That's about making things equal. That's the journey. That's the progression that we're going on right now. So that's beautiful. Okay. It's like we're stuck in this paradox of arrogance. That needing to be right at all costs. That not having enough, that lack mentality that we've been taught. Like if somebody else over here has more than you, you somehow now have less than you just had. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're getting out of that. It's not about who has more. It's what are you doing with your resources? How are you hoarding them? Are you sharing them? Donating extras. It's like we're figuring out new ways, and barter system just came to mind. It's like new ways of being, of not just surviving, but thriving. We don't have to do it all. We don't have to know how to do it all. But that's where our collective community comes in. It's like, I might not know how to garden, but I know people that garden. I know people that make clothes, and these are people that are close to me. I know people that preserve food, so I know people that have electrical skills, woodworking skills, work on cars. You know what I mean? It's like, who do you have? What support? These are resources too. I'm a resource to everyone here. You know what I mean? I think we're taking stock of what's really important. And I think that we're learning that our friends, our family, our communities, our closer knit. It's like that's what we're coming back to, that whole Cancer roots energy, because that's what's going to make our trees grow the tallest. So, all right. Let's get into personal readings. So if you would like a free personal moon reading, there's 4 questions that I'll be asking here. Just say card please, yes please, and we'll get rolling. Yes, authentic relationships and values are our best resources, the most meaningful. And I'm trying to move away from, I'm trying to be more mindful where I spend my money. Because honestly, in this 3D world that we're living in right now, this reality, money is energy. And it's a good way to get your point across without actually having to say anything. Because if you notice, like 20 years ago, organic food wasn't really a big thing. People start putting their money there, buying organic, buying grass-fed. It expands it and makes it bigger and more readily available to everybody. So, all right, let me get these cleaned up here real quick. And I will start with Christine. Get my cards back in order. All right. Yeah. Because you figure, like with the money thing, it's like, that's what speaks volumes. It's like, instead of money being the root of all evil, look at it as energy and put it where you want things to grow. All right. Like, what order did I have these in? Okay. That one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, Christine, let's find out what is being illuminated for you in this super Capricorn full moon. What's being illuminated for Christine? What's being illuminated for Christine this Capricorn full moon? All right, on the bottom here, you got full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. And then you got full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. I love it. So much green in here, which to me is abundance. It's healing. So with these, you got 2 full moons in earth signs. So what needs to be released? It's like, what's being brought to your awareness that needs to be released? And I feel like it's like, it could be, with this Virgo full moon, you are good enough. It's like any of those self-deprecating ideas, thoughts, beliefs we have about ourselves, about yourself. And it's like, those are probably being highlighted for you to see. And, with this Taurus one, I do think it has to do with money, finances, resources, like we were talking about. And it's like, with this Virgo one, you do a lot. You know what I mean? And it's saying, I'm getting boundaries. I'm getting boundaries with this. And I'm getting really hot now. Got to take off the Mr. Rogers sweater. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Energetic boundaries. Overexerting yourself. So it's like, where do you find yourself overgiving? And where can you cut back? And it's like, I feel like you're afraid to cut back on it. Because people expect it from you. Whatever you've been giving, it's like people have just come to expect, well, Christine will do it. Christine will do this or that. So I feel like it's like pulling the reins back a little bit, getting reorganized on what you can do, what makes you feel good, doesn't drain your energy. Okay. I just want to read your thing here. Planning phase right now. Yes. And you're a Virgo moon. Aha. Perfect. Yeah. A doer. Yeah, we'll talk. I'm in your brain. Cool. Okay, so that's what's being illuminated for you. Let's get an action direction. Melinda Dooley. Hi, let me put you down here. Thank you for joining. You will be right after Christine. All right, Christine. I should probably. All right. Action or direction? Sorry, I get squirrel brained quite easily. Okay. Action, direction for Christine. Woo! You got another Virgo card there. Okay. Spirit is asking you to slow down. I'm going to show you this one first. Your Virgo card, digest. It's that integration. Like I was saying, it's like you're doing and giving so much. You're not quite allowing enough downtime, integration time to process what's been coming down, you know, what your guides have been trying to give you. Blah, blah. So yeah, Spirit's saying slow down, take little bites, digest it, feel it, absorb it. You got North Node, future. Yeah, it's like Spirit's trying to teach you this lesson right now. It's like you don't have to overgive. You know, you can set your boundaries, and I feel like setting your boundaries is like setting your future up for success. Because knowing your boundaries, it's like people can't take advantage of that, you know? Oh, crap. What did I do? Sorry, I shouldn't have shuffled. It was... Okay, it's right there. Okay, so on the bottom, it was debilitated, discomfort. So that just... It is very uncomfortable to set boundaries sometimes, especially for empaths. And, you know, I watch your readings. I know you, girl. I know you're an empath, but it's like, oh, man. It's like getting back to the essence of you. And it's like knowing who you are. It's like this discomfort is bringing all of that up, all this boundary stuff. It's so that you know who you are, you know what your boundaries are. And if somebody gets mad or doesn't like it, you won't even care, because you're like, I know my worth. I know my energy. I know when I'm over giving, and I know when I can give more. So you're really coming into a really deep understanding, like all this earth energy. But with that being like within you and internalizing that, those roots, setting those roots, and could be some uncomfortable growth, but North Node future is the direction you want to go. And it's kind of funny that your cards are leading into the next questions. Because what was being illuminated with your full moon, you are good enough with that full moon in Virgo. Action or direction, you got Virgo digest, North Node future. And we were just talking about like, what do you need to release? I love it. Okay. And I've come a long way on setting boundaries, but especially when it's people like closest to me, that's where it gets hard. If it's online or something, I can set an energetic boundary. But man, the closer it gets to home, it's more difficult for me. That Cancer moon. All right, what do you need to release? Gotcha. Ooh. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm getting you need a big cry because on the bottom you have the rain card. This is number 35. And with that came the passion. And you have that, you are good enough. Where's this rain card? I don't know. It reminds me of this Virgo digest. And it was the debilitated. Yeah, discomfort. It's like when you're in the rain without any protection, it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes, especially if you're wearing like flip-flops and having to walk through puddles. You know what I mean? So it's like you're getting ready, you're getting set, setting these energetic boundaries is what needs to be done. And as for like releasing, I feel like it's releasing tears. It's releasing emotions that no longer resonate, that hold you back. You need to believe in your magic. You got alchemy number 43. I mean, this is like, because it came reversed. Passion was reversed. Like, working on breath work, that slow down. I was talking about that Mercury Kazemi. Take some time in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, and just do a little bit of breathing. It doesn't have to be long. But I'm saying, yeah, okay. So then you have this Peregrine Falcon number 25, observation. So I feel like Spirit's asking you to meditate, to release the emotions, any idea that you're not good enough. If you think you don't have, like, your magic isn't good enough, isn't as good as somebody else's, or people think your passions are weird or something, you know what I mean? It's like you're gonna realize that doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna find your passion. And I think it's like through some tears, or maybe some water work, some water alchemy. Have you done that? But it's like releasing some heavy pent up emotions that has to do with this "you are good enough" card. So that's what it was. The meditate, digest, working all the time, like trying to dig deep and like fix all the things within ourselves. The more we dig, the more we find. So sometimes we need to take a break and we need to just go and do something that has nothing to do with spiritual stuff, anything like that. Not worrying about any of our problems or where we're going. We just need to like have fun. I feel like exploring your magic in a fun way in a new fun way would be really good for you. But honestly, it's like take a little break and because I feel like you're getting so much, you're just not giving yourself enough downtime to integrate the information. So, all right, potential outcome, and then we are moving on. Potential outcome for Christine. Like it. Got some Fool energy with the Leap of Faith card, number 57. Alchemy. Is that? Yeah, twice you got alchemy. Birth and expansion, balanced relationships. So I'll show you all these. On the bottom, you got 53 belief systems, Earth. So that's exactly what you're working on, is your belief systems around yourself and what you want to do in the world and bring to the world. So beautiful. There's going to be a shift, this observation, and I feel like you're going to get it in meditation or when you're quiet or when you're just not thinking about it. This right here. So tears are a form of alchemy. It's taking an internal emotion and it is physically releasing it through a substance through our eyeballs. Okay, I think you need a big cry. You got this magic alchemy and then Esasani alchemy 102. So yeah, you're going to find a way to alchemize the emotions that are holding you back, which is freaking beautiful. That birth and expansion, that Empress energy, the Empress lays back and lets stuff come to her, right? She's not the Emperor that is going out, do. She's relaxed and lets it come to her. You got this Leap of Faith card here. And balanced relationships. So it's like the balance within yourself, that you are good enough. You're going to alchemize that. You're going to get that higher perspective, and it's going to bring in balanced relationships of all kinds. So yeah, birth, expansion. You have, get that North Node future, and you might be learning alchemy or some form of that. So is your favorite. Awesome. Yeah. Have fun, play. It's like when you stop caring about it so much, that's when you get those hits. Dude, I got some illuminations this last week. I cannot wait to talk to you. Dude, the feminine energy. Oh my God, that's exactly. I had an epiphany in my meditation at lunchtime today that brought tears to my eyes. So, and it was exactly about that. And it's, yeah, I don't want to say it right now just because it's a very hot topic and it deserves its own video. So I'll figure that out. But yeah, beautiful. I love it. You got good things coming. You just got to believe it. And trust me, I'll tell you, you give amazing readings and you have gifts that I don't have. And, I try not to do the comparison thing, but I think it's so beautiful how it's like we do similar things. We just have our own special way of doing it. And both ways are beautiful and helpful. And I always try to remember that it's like our gifts are unique to us It's like, yeah, we might read cards. We might have some clairvoyance. It's like, yeah, we can tap in. But it's so funny how we can tap into different things. Melinda, you are up, darling. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. All right. Let's see, get these back in order. Okay. Let me a little sip. And thank you, Christine. You're the best. Oh, we need to figure out how to do the whole the little wrench. The little wrench. You know what I'm talking about. Totally had it in there. Okay, anyway, Melinda. All right. What is being illuminated for Melinda this Capricorn full moon? Okay. All right. On the bottom, you got the new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Okay. And then you got North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. Awesome. I get like you're going places. You're going somewhere really like important, somewhere you need to be. And it's like great things don't come from our comfort zones. But whatever the situation is that's requiring you to step out of your comfort zone, I feel like it's, something you've been working with, something it is being highlighted, but you've, been thinking about it. So bring love into the situation. It's like you're finding a new way to get what you want, a more nurturing, empathetic way. So bringing more love into the situation is going to get you where you need to go. I feel like it has something to do with the bring love into the situation, has something to do internal with you. It's like showing a part of yourself some extra love to overcome, to overcome the fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. Oh, that's so awesome, Melinda. I love that. Let's see. Tonight in my detox bath and full moon cleansing ritual time, I pulled the Women Supporting Women card from the Lantern Oracle. This is exactly what I needed. I needed that because women supporting women. The meditation I had today, it was about femininity. And I have been a very masculine woman person pretty much my whole life, and I came to some really big realizations. It's like I used to only hang out with guys and I talk crap about women because, drama, whatever, da-da-da. It's like, I'm so glad I am done with that belief system that I held. It's like, women supporting women is awesome. I did roller derby for 5 years, and that changed my mind. To have that many different types of women with different opinions together and still be able to function as a team for the most part taught me some really good lessons. Oh yeah. All right, so this is your action direction. All right. I like it. Okay. On the bottom here, 12th house, introspection. So that I was saying, it's like bring love into a part of yourself. With that 12th house introspection, that's like endings, new beginnings. It's the house of spirituality. It's sometimes I wonder if like not having glasses would be better. Yeah, it's going within yourself. Okay, let me get these. You're going within. You're getting clarity, the solar calm, clarify, and you have Chiron heal. So with this, bring love into the situation there. You're gaining the strength, and it's like, and what is so beautiful about this is that you're not looking outside of yourself for this. It's like you're realizing it, you're pinpointing the spot, that leak or that problem area, and you're healing it. You have 6th house sustainability. So it's like you're going to figure out the things that you need to do every day to set you up for success, to go towards your destiny, your North Node. And I would like to show you what lies ahead. You got the Midheaven Pinnacle card tonight. So and that's the Capricorn 10th house, top of the chart there. This is where you're going in life, the direction, your legacy. I love that. Okay, so you got some really good healing. And from that healing comes the direction of your pinnacle and your North Node. So you're going to get a lot of clarification in that. See, North Node and 12th house. Oh, yeah. North Node conjunct Uranus build up coming in my 12th house plus South Node in Aquarius. Holy crap. Yeah. So I feel like you know or are so close to knowing what that is for you. So let's see what you need to release. Aquarius midheaven. Aha! That's awesome. Okay, so it's like being seen is what I'm like. If you're afraid to be seen, you won't be because you're like what other people see in you, like the amazing, beautiful things, you're going to see them. You're going to start seeing them in you because you're showing yourself that love. You're doing the hard work of healing. So that right there deserves a round of applause, pat on the back, because this work ain't easy. But like I was telling Christine, it's like the more we dig, the more we find. So always make sure, with the 6th house sustainability, that you're scheduling in some time for fun and just mindless nonsense. If that's like, if you want to just watch a TV show or something, everything in moderation. All right. What do you need to release? Feel like you're pretty hard on yourself. This fierceness Wolverine card came out. So it's like, we all might have moments of, snapping back at somebody else every once in a while. But this, I looked right at that, bring love into the situation. I feel like you are very fierce with yourself. It's like, you don't really cut yourself a lot of slack. And I think that's part of this bring love. It's like, we're our own worst critics, but it doesn't have to be to the degree that we do it. You know what I mean? The things that we think and we think that other people see, they don't can see that stuff. That's like, it's just stuff that we notice for the most part. So it's like being more gentle with yourself. Oh yeah. You get on the bottom here. So yeah. It's like you have a very deep sense of responsibility. And that's why you're so fierce. You have the meerkat responsibility here. And it's like, and it's a good place to like be responsible. You know what I mean? Because really we're only responsible for ourselves, our internal landscape, what we think, feel, say, do, act. So, all right, being more gentle with yourself, knowing it's like, you've got this, you've got it. You got the soul butterfly, that big transformation. Just got like much lighter. And you got dolphin happiness here. So if you feel like it's that sense of responsibility, it's that, yeah, and you might take on other people's responsibilities, and that's what would be holding you back from like the true full extent of the happiness. So yeah, I mean, it all comes down to just showing yourself some love, cut yourself some slack. Let's see. Biggest fear is being seen. In the past, when I shined my brightest, I was targeted horrendously. This life and many others like it try to break these ancestral patterns and rise again. Girl, I know it. The only reason I started doing this, I started on Facebook a couple years ago, and it was solely, I just did it on my friend's page, and it was solely to not even get over, just confront my fear of being seen and heard. When we got past lives as witches and other shunned groups, it makes it very hard to fully express yourself in this life. Throat and sacral chakras are my two problem child chakras. But girl, you got happiness coming. And it's like it's like a soulful revolution. And it's like that's part of your midheaven. It's not just like things that you're going to accumulate in your future. It's the revolution of your soul, seeing where you've been, what you went through, how you moved through it, and where you are now and where you're heading. I feel like it's all just going to come into perspective. And I don't know, it's just going to, I don't see any fire. Well, fire besides the fierceness, but like it's going to light a flame in you and in your soul. You got my card, my stalker card. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, Atlantean era, number 48, Earth Past. So you might have ties to Atlantis in past lives. I get that like a priestess energy off this card. We got number 66, sharing cultural ideals, which might actually come from past life information. So share, being able to communicate, be seen, sharing your cultural ideals. You got the alchemy card. Christine got this one too. So Esasani, alchemy, number 102. How she's pouring the water there. And it's like, I'm stuck on water alchemy tonight, but it's just what's coming up. And it's like the tears, that's why crying feels so good. afterward, it's like that release. It's alchemy. It's water alchemy. And if you set an intention when you're crying to just release it and release it, give yourself permission to release, that right there is a therapy session just like that. So this is the card we need to talk about. This is the stalker card for me. This, every time I give myself a reading, well, when I first got the deck, Black League Patterning, number 38, which is an 11, Orion Past. So this is a group of galactic beings that came from, well, many places, Orion, Lyra, and they were like Jedi warriors. So it's like they fought for the Force, for good, which sounds great, but what they realized is like it did more harm than good. Trying to fight fire with fire, it only creates more fire. So it's like they realized it's like that's not the way. It's I don't know what they did. I need to read the book, but it's just saying it's not always our responsibility to fix things or fight other people's fights. And I think that that's like a lesson that you're learning. It's like when to step in and when to let people go through their own karma. So let's see, got that. Okay, I feel like with this card here, you have some sort of wisdom because Earth right now is kind of on the same trajectory that Atlantis was on. You have some wisdom in you that needs to be shared. That's going to give a different perspective of what we're going through right now. So, hi, Miss Jackson. Hello. So happy to see you. All right, so that was from Linda. I hope you got some good stuff out of that. Thanks, Christine. Okay, Miss Jackson, you are next. Okay. Get my ducks in a row. Okay. Oops. There we go. Perfect. All right, another sip of water. Oh, water's so good. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. You are most welcome, Melinda. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oops. Try that again. I wasn't ready. But you had the you are good enough, and I'll call it. Look at the bigger picture. Just popped out, but I'm going to reshuffle. So full moon in Sag, full moon in Virgo. Miss Jackson, what is being illuminated for Miss Jackson? This Capricorn super moon. Okay. Blue moon, believe in the impossible. Love to see that one. All right. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. So new moons are where we plant those seeds, we set the intentions. So it's like having an intention when you go in to meditate. It's like get relaxed, get groovy, set your intention, and then just let it go. Kind of let your mind wander and see what comes up. This believe in the impossible. I feel you're going to get some really deep downloads from meditation, from quiet time. Yeah, your guides are definitely speaking to you and trying to push you in a probably uncomfortable direction. Yeah, dude, my brain has been like squirrels and ducks and cats and all kinds of bats. I don't know, things flying around in my head. I'm surprised I can even read cards right now. All right, action or direction for Miss Jackson. You got Cancer, immerse. 2 water energies here. All right, I'll take them. Is that flipped over too? That doesn't go there. Okay, I'm gonna take it because there was a moon card. I put a moon card in my astro deck, and it kind of just goes with what I was just saying with the blue moon. Step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. Okay. Big energy. Big. Shine. Shine like a beautiful diamond. It's like letting yourself be seen, be known, be heard. Let me get these laid out here real quick. Okay, yeah. You got Cancer, immerse, number 4. You also got Pisces, sensitize. So Pisces twice. Endings, new beginnings. It's the spirituality, you know, it's like being able to access those higher realms. And I think you're going to start I don't know what you do for meditation, if you meditate or anything like that, but I feel like it's about to get really, really deep. You're going to have some very profound epiphanies that come from the meditations, and they might not actually be like in the meditation at that moment, but maybe like a short time after that. It's like something like clicks, it integrates, and you get this like epiphany of what to do. And I mean, you got Uranus change, so that's an epiphany right there. That's a quick, sudden change. And you have retrograde review. So it's like, I feel like that's kind of what you're doing with all this water energy. You're going back through the emotions, through meditation, and meditation has, you don't have to sit there and like chant or clear your mind or anything, but that you could go fishing, you could be driving. Dude, driving and meditations, it's like that. I get my best ideas when I'm driving, in the shower, or when I'm blow drying my hair upside down. I think it's that whole hanged man energy, but like we can do things different. But it's like, it's a review. It's a review of, you got Saturn structures. So that could definitely be like the lessons that you've learned, that you've had to go through and integrate, like all this watery energy. And it's like you're reviewing what you've learned. It's giving you the clarity to be able to make the changes, that stepping out of your comfort zone, being able to shine with that Leo energy. Ah, shit. And you just Capricorn achieve. It sounds boring, when I just sit here and talk about meditation. But good Lord, the things that have been coming up in my meditations lately, I mean, this is a really good time to start. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And it's like, and what I've learned the past couple weeks is like giving yourself the ample downtime. It's like, do the meditations, do the things, and then don't think about it. Like, because that's when those like random, those Uranus, like poof, they just like fall into your head, into your lap, and you're just like, why didn't I think? Like, how did I not think of that before? But okay, so that's the direction that you're going in. You're going a little more internal. You're reevaluating, the emotional, the sensitivities. And it's like you could actually be getting gifts because the 12th house in Pisces is a very psychic sign. So the sensitize card, you could be perceiving energies a little easier, a little more clearly, and learning how to do that, like what they mean. I want clarification on Saturn structure. What do I want to use? Bust out a little tarot. Oh, thank you. Thanks. It was supposed to be a little more green, but I'm really digging the blue. I really like it. So thanks. All right, let's get a little clarification for Miss Jackson on this Saturn structure. Oh, geez. Okay, well, they will clarify. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles here with the Saturn structure. We also have the Knight of Wands here. Okay, and the Page of Wands was reversed on the bottom. So it's like you're not really hearing or receiving the messages. Let me look at you. It's almost like your passion or like your desire to do something was dampened. Okay, we've got the Knight of Wands. Fool. It's like something you did in the past didn't work out. Like you took a leap of faith and it didn't work out the way that you had expected it to. So I think that could be something that's holding you back from like taking the leap, stepping out of your comfort zone. You might be kind of like an all or nothing kind of a person. Like we're either going 100 miles an hour or ain't going at all. It doesn't have to be like that all the time, but I know like I used to be like that, and that's kind of what I'm feeling from these cards. It's like I'm either gonna go 100 miles an hour, like risk it all, or I'm just gonna stay in my comfort zone. Okay, so you got the Temperance card. It's like Saturn is just asking you to temper it. It's like put a toe over the line of your comfort zone, take it back. Put a couple toes over, take it back. Just you don't have to throw yourself into the abyss. But you have the Magician here. So it's like you have everything you need. And this is a card of alchemy, and alchemy has been a theme for this evening, brought to you by the word alchemy. So it's like this Magician, it's like that alchemy. And that's just, taking one emotion, something negative, not so great, and reformulating it. It's like going back, going through things, this meditate and contemplate and immersing yourself in all that watery energy to be able to like really step into your power. This has a lot to do with gifts that are coming online for you. I think that's a big thing, but there's something in the past, like making a wrong choice or something, you know, what we perceive as a wrong choice. It's like, it's not wrong if you learn from it. And sometimes our guides send us down these paths where, you know we're going to get hurt, or we know there's going to be some discomfort, but we do it anyway. It's like we go against our better judgment, which isn't, it's just something we needed to experience. So I think this meditating, contemplating, realizing that it's like, it wasn't a failure. It's like you learn, you grew, you learned a better way of doing things, of handling emotions. And I think that in turn, it's like, it's sensitizing you to your own gifts. Saturn is the teacher. So, okay. So that's what you needed to release. It's like whatever past perceived failures, it's like that needs to be let go of. Or you need to go in and find like the diamond in the rough kind of a thing. Okay. All right. What do you need to release? Didn't I just do that one? Oh, that was action. No, that was action, direction. Now we got what do you need to release? Sorry, guys. Christine, I don't know how you do these for 6 hours. I've done like 3. Awesome. Good. Yes. Make the video. Make it. All right. What do you need to release? What does Miss Jackson need to release? Breath came out again. It's like holding, we've been holding our breath or something. It's like, it's like the stress, like what you feel when you're holding your breath and then you just release it. You just let it go. It's like letting go of trying to strong arm anything, trying to force anything, push anything into our favor. Sorry, I'll show you the card there. And that's number 27. So that's a 9. It's like it's nearing a completion, that exhale that feels good. It's like when you've been holding on to something or holding in, it gets really uncomfortable. And it's like Spirit's saying, just let it out. Breathe out. Give it to Spirit. Release, Jaguar. There we go. I love this card so much. It's one of my favorites. And I always get Spirit Guide, like protector. Like you are protected. And it's almost like she could be praying, meditating. She could be crying. We have that water there. But it's like, what do you need to release? A fear of change. That's stepping out of your comfort zone into your new life. Okay, that's what needs to be released. And just know that you're being guided in this direction and you are protected. It's like your spirit guide. Fierce. So it's like release the fear of change. Let it go. Yeah. On the bottom there, marine life, richness. All right. And potential outcome. Ding, ding, ding. Nice. Big cats. Let's see. What is the potential outcome for Miss Jackson? Outcome. Whoop. Potential outcome. Okay. All right. Potential outcome. You are going to be releasing like primal fear. That keep coming back, stepping out of your comfort zone. You know, things that you need to release. It's like you're going to be releasing deep-rooted fears that will be coming up, because this is some very deep, watery diving that you're going to be doing. Some big changes. But so releasing those fears. What else do we got? Oh, wow. Atlantean Era. This came out once already tonight. So I don't know if you resonate with like the Atlantean Era, the stories and that stuff. There could be some deep-rooted past life fears that have to do with like the destruction of the civilization. That might come to you in meditation, you know, with all this watery, you know, because they were wiped out by a big flood. That could be something that's coming up. Let's see. Okay. Number 39, Pleiades past, imbalance in positive polarity. It's like being all sunshine and rainbows, because you're not all sunshine and rainbows. It's like I've watched your videos and stuff, and it's like knowing that you can hit on the deep, dark subjects and still keep an audience, build a community. It's like you can be imbalanced and positive, you can be imbalanced and negative, but the imbalance is basically like an inauthenticity type of a thing. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad way. We all have, I totally go too positive sometimes, but you know, I think we like to keep it real. So it's like the potential outcome is you're going to be figuring out the primal fears, where they come from, and just knowing that and realizing that, you're going to be able to let it go. You've got 96, community. This is association of worlds. And then number 13, birth and expansion, which to me is Empress energy. That is beautiful co-creative energy. And that's your potential outcome. It's just about sifting through the fears, you know, releasing what needs to go, stepping out of your comfort zone, and then shining like the star, like a diamond. It's like, I love it. I got goosebumps. That was good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, cool. There's nobody else yet. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it resonated with you. And I do kind of get weirdly deep sometimes. And sometimes I scratch the surface. But yeah, there's a lot of big energy on yours, especially with the water. Like, I don't know how much water you have in your chart. I have a shit ton. So I am constantly digging and unearthing skeletons and rotting things. But it's like, I'm coming to the realization that it's like, I don't have to be on that 24/7. Finito. Awesome. All right. Let me get these put away. And then we will move on to finito. One. Goes back. Put the card back where it's supposed to go. Although I think it's super funny when random ass cards pop out that aren't supposed to. I always keep them because they came out. They're there. All right. Let me get a sip of water. I'm running out of water. Chris, if you're watching, bring me a bottle of water. Okay. Get me a little boost, a little palo. Oh, you're done? We're done? We're done? Okay, I was like, finito? I love it. All right, I'm going to pull one card for all of us. Different deck. One last card. What do we want? I want this one. I don't know. Secret Language of Light. Have you worked with this one, Christine? Yeah, unless there's anyone else here that wants a reading, but finito. It's going to be my imaginary friend. All right, one card for everyone here. Secret Language of Light. Come on. Oh, I'm up really early, guys. I'm like up at like 5:15 in the morning. So by 8 o'clock, I get super silly. All right, guys. The card that came out for us is number 29, which equals an 11. You are the universe. Oh, and I wish my camera would pick up this picture because it is gorgeous. It's actually pinks and purples, and it's not really showing that on there. But I like to read these ones. Super activating. I don't know if I've used them on the lives yet. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Know the self and know the nature of everything. Christine, I got to talk to you about this. You are you, and yet you are also the universe. Just like you, the universe is a living entity. It is not a thing or a person that knows everything. It is growing, moving, and reaching forward to experience life in new ways. Wherever or whenever you are, you will always recognize yourself, and you will always exist. Play with the idea that the universe, in all of its manifestations, peers out through you. It mingles and joins with your energy to see the world through your uniqueness and expands as you do. You are the pioneer of this universal frontier, and the universe needs you to know it in all of its forms. If you believe everything is separate, you will want a guide, angel, light being, someone or something outside of you who sees you to show you the way. However, everything is as one and nothing is separate. So nothing is on the outside looking in. The universe sees wonderment through your eyes, and you see wonderment through the universe. Become your own authority. Choose to feel good by discovering what makes you laugh, love, and enjoy. Focus on this, and you will create similar manifestations. And whatever you don't focus upon will fall away from lack of attention. Awesome. That was kind of perfect card because I've been throwing around the idea of doing a get to know yourself kind of a, not a course, but just something to do on YouTube, because that has been one of my biggest life epiphanies. Is like, as a Scorpio, I watch, I dubbed myself the creeper in the corner. Like I'll be the one in the bar or in a chat room, just watching, reading, being quiet, observing. But it's like once I started turning that inward and discovering myself, my what I'm good at, what I need work on, what I like, what do I really like compared to what I was told to like. You know what I mean? It's like we have source, God, whatever inside of us, and our direct access to that information is within us. So the closer, the more you get to know, the more you shed the layers, the lighter you get, the easier it is to connect, and boom. Yeah. So I think it's like of the utmost importance that we know ourselves, like at a very deep, intimate level, because when you know yourself, no one can tell you who you are, what you should be doing, where you should go. You stand in your own sovereignty and you're like, yeah, that's not for me. I think I'm gonna go that way. So awesome. Tonight was great. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. One of these days I am going to do one where you can ask any question. So that'll be coming up soon. Let's see. Dude, I know it was like trying to shake it out. Hell yeah. Sovereign. That's the goal. I mean, we are, but it's feeling, to actually feel that way, and not let outside influences knock us off our course. So big lesson I've been learning the past really couple of years, but it's been really highlighted the last couple of weeks. It's been rough. All right. 8:41. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Go get me some beauty sleep. Thank you, and thank you for keeping track of the few people. I very much appreciate it. God, I had the word in my head. The people on the sidebar that have the little wrenches. I can't think of the name. But we need to make each other those so we can like pin comments and stuff. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go, quit rambling because I'm tired and I love you. Thank you so much. Let's do this again. I love you. Bye.